Hey guys, welcome back to Mads Insights. Thank you for joining me today. Over the past year or so, I've been living my life kind of complacently. And I don't mean that I've been living without any goals, or that I haven't been working on anything, or that I haven't been, trying to build habits and progress in my life. But what I mean is that I've been living somewhat without control and intention. And I've been letting life circumstances, expectations, experiences, and the way that things are going in my life cause me a lot of pain and suffering. And that pain and suffering has been showing up in ways that are a little destructive, but that are also just not conducive to living a good, peaceful life. What I want to talk about today is this idea that your lack of acceptance is the root of suffering in your life. This is something that I've kind of realized in the past 2 weeks. I don't know what changed, but I've kind of taken a different approach to my life in the past 2 weeks. I've slowed down. I've started meditating. I've started really putting focus on myself and my personal growth journey. And I've been trying to step away from all these negative feelings that I've been harboring for so long, that I've kind of been letting poison me and take charge of my life. You see, I've been letting external factors and circumstances and experiences and other people, whatever, dictate how I feel, not only about myself, but on a day-to-day basis. I've just relinquished control, any control that I've had for my life, and I've gotten rid of that, and I've put that on external factors. But I want to change that, and that's what I'm working on currently, and that's what this video is about. One of my favorite quotes is by Seneca, and it goes, "You suffer more in your imagination than you do in reality." And boy, is this true. I want to tie this back into the idea that lack of acceptance is what causes our suffering. What does that mean? It's natural for us to assume that any pain or suffering that we experience in our life is due to external factors or circumstances, things that are outside of us that we maybe don't have control over. And it's natural for us to have something happen or have something be the way that it is, and then it causes us to feel a negative emotion reaction, pain, and then we take that on, we embrace that feeling, and we immediately react to it. And usually we do one of two things. And sometimes both. We take that pain on ourselves and then we hurt ourselves more. Or we have this negative reaction and we direct it towards somebody else. And that's not okay. That's not a way to live life. What I want to express to you today is that any pain that we're feeling, any suffering that we're experiencing is completely due to an internal state and not something external. It requires an internal solution. You see, we create these expectations in our mind that we put on other people, that we put on ourselves, or that we put on experiences that don't go how we wanted them to or expected them to. And then we get hurt by it. or we resent the person for not living up to our expectations, or we resent ourselves for not living up to expectations, so on and so forth. And that's no way to go about life. It's not fair to ourselves, and it's not fair to other people. So what I want to put forth today is that we need to work on accepting things for the way that they are. And that is an internal solution to a problem that many of us face. If we can accept things for how they are, and we can choose how we react to it, and if we let it hurt us, then we are in control and we can live a peaceful life. And if we can also accept that we have a choice in the matter of how we react to something external that hurts us or causes us pain, then we realize that, again, we are in control. This is such an important revelation. And I think it's a really obvious one, but I think it's one that a lot of people maybe haven't taken the time to realize. All these external factors, all these things that cause us pain outside of us are really just internal battles that we're facing, that we're not properly dealing with, and that we can find peace regardless of what happens outside of ourselves that causes us pain. We can be in control. Like the Buddha said, pain is guaranteed, but suffering is optional. Guys, if you've been struggling with taking on a large burden of suffering or struggle or whatever negative emotions in your day-to-day life, and you feel kind of stuck and you don't know how to get out of it, I'm here to tell you that you have the ability to change that. I don't want you to just watch this video and listen to it and think, wow, it's really fascinating, that's good information, and then just forget about it and move on with your life. I want to give you some actionable steps that you can actually use in order to start experiencing this new mindset shift that I've been experiencing. So the first one is meditate. If you don't already meditate, start a daily meditation practice. Just start with 5 minutes a day and be consistent. It's really hard at first to kind of get over that hump, but once you do, you'll start to realize how much better you feel. Meditation is very, very important, and it's very powerful because it really does allow us to kind of slow down and breathe and put a gap between us and our reactions, or between stimulus and response. And that's so important. And if you just breathe deeply every day and do some meditation, you will realize how much calmer you are overall. And the second thing is, if there's something that causes you pain in your day-to-day life, or an experience that happened recently, or whatever that's going on that you're reminded of, and in the moment you feel hurt by it, take that moment to take a deep breath as soon as it comes into your awareness. Accept it for what it is, and remind yourself that you do not need to hold on to that suffering any longer. It is a choice, and you have that choice. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. This is a really important topic for me. It's something that I've been really thinking about and working on these past few weeks, and it's really helping. I'm not out of the weeds. I'm not enlightened. I'm not perfect. I still struggle with so many things. But now I kind of see a path forward through my internal battles. And I realize that I can take responsibility for them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got something from this video. Please share it if it resonates with you, and leave a comment if you have anything you'd like to share. Have a wonderful day. Thanks, guys. Peace.